Hi there, hope you're doing great today. In today's quick video, we'll cover the key sections of the private placement memorandum. As usual, our videos are for educational and entertainment purposes only and do not constitute tax, legal, or investment advice. So let's begin. As a passive investor myself, one of the many diligence checkpoints I ensure I cover is understanding the private placement memorandum or PPM of each investment opportunity that I put my money towards, as well as that of my investors. There are four particular sections that I, as a passive investor, pay attention to. One, of course, is the key risk sections that will list any and all of the bad things that can happen to a property. Yes, this is not very pleasant to read about, but it is important to understand upfront, and not only knowing what these risks are, but what actions are the operators taking to mitigate those risks. Again, as we've said before, the only way to eliminate risk is not to take one, and real estate, just like any investment opportunity, carries its own risk. So it's important to understand what these are up front and take prudent steps to mitigate them as much as possible. Number two is understand how distributions are structured. Not only how frequently they're paid, usually that's quarterly, in some cases monthly, but also are they cumulative? Are they cumulative and compounding? And especially if you have a preferred return as part of the deal structure, is that going to continue on a cumulative and compounding basis, or do you lose it if the sponsor, for whatever reason, cannot meet that projected preferred return in year one? So understanding the preferred return and distribution structure. Number three is voting power and management decisions. To the extent something bad happens, how are decisions going to be made? And if you need to change management, can that happen? Can that occur? And if so, how? What are the mechanics, the mechanisms, and circumstances under which that can occur? Number four, last but not least, are the capital calls and how they're structured. Experiencing a capital call is never a pleasant event, but it's important to understand upfront how that will happen if that occurs. As a passive investor, am I going to be diluted if I choose not to participate in the capital call? That's, of course, not a pleasant scenario, but it could be worse. I've seen structures where passive investors who choose not to participate are further penalized. Not only are they diluted, but they are asked to pay monthly penalty on top of their principal amount and forego any future gains or benefits from the deal. So you really want to understand that and see how it's structured. Again, usually there are consequences for non-participation, but to me the most or the least worst one, if you will, is a consequence of just pure dilution, and that's it. No penalties, no stripping you of future profits and such. So these are the four things that we pay attention to among many. Again, the voting powers, how distributions and the pref return is structured, capital calls, and last but not least, the key risks involved. So we hope you found today's video helpful, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next one.